Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing chapter 16 of the Nanny Affair book 2. In this chapter, post breakup, what happens at first we see as of the last chapter, we broke up with Sam, we came to our apartment, Jordan came to sort of give us comfort, but we also can lead it to a almost an intimate moment with Jordan, sort of like a weird, sad and comforting moment. So heart comfort moment with Jordan that can go really far. Um, you know, so now we will pull back eventually at one point from Jordan because it wouldn't feel right. And when we'll be opening the door, we'll see Sam standing outside. So you're given this option: either you can show Jordan to Sam, or you can, tell Jordan to sneak away. So I said Jordan to just, I stepped aside, and Jordan was in the view, and Sam saw Jordan like, what is she doing here? So Jordan said she heard about it and she came here to check on our main character. But that was that. Then Sam says like she has something to tell us and that she's utterly sorry and what she did, it was a mistake. And Sam is still thinking that our main character didn't walk out of the relationship sooner. But she wants to make up for this, and we sort of will say, well, if you're ready, then we can forgive you and we can get back. And then Sam will take our hand and will walk us out of the place, and we'll go to the Rockefeller Center in New York City, so where there is like a big Christmas tree. So like as far as I know, so they always do this, one Christmas tree thing in the Rockefeller Center in New York City. And there was a Christmas tree then also, but it was not Christmas, so there was still some days left before Christmas. But Sam, considering he's like a CEO and billionaire, so Sam can have, their own way. So Sam took us there, and there were reporters. At first, we said, what would happen if someone sees us? But Sam is not afraid anymore. And then the lightning comes out on the Christmas tree and be mine with a question mark, and then we can say yes. So this is not a proposal of like where Sam will whip out a ring for our main character and will propose us, but this is sort of to say like come back and we're going out public and no more hiding anymore. So the reporters will be, clicking picture of us, and we'll be saying where we'll go from here. Sam will take the lead, and Sam will say that we will marry each other, but now we will have some private moment, and we will have a lot of vacations together, so on and so forth. And then we'll still be looking at the light, and we'll come back to a nearby hotel that Sam will be booking for us. We can either tell about Jordan, or I personally chose to not mention Jordan at that moment. And then we'll be spending some nice moment with Sam, and we'll be having a little heart to heart for first time since the book 2 started. And then we'll have a hookup scene, intimate moment with Sam. Now, realistically, if I say like, this is crazy because I still cannot just comment below what you think, but that's just how I feel about it. That's my opinion. So, my opinion on this is that first thing, which is not realistic, is that MC breaks up with Sam, comes in their room, and they go like really far. Just after breaking up with Jordan, they can go far and like almost having a intimate moment, like semi hookup kind of thing. And then Sam comes up. Jordan was there. Sam didn't say anything. That was not much suspicious, I understand. But even main character walked away. Then how main character again gets back with Sam. I mean, yeah, there was an apology and everything, and Sam did what she couldn't have done for all this time, taking us to the public, and all this stuff happened. But then again, having a hookup scene within hours. I mean, so much things are happening. So realistically, I think people will be on their nerves, like if that many things happen on a day. But oh well, this is a story. But still, I at this point I would like to stop, and I will say that pretty much what happened with Jordan, like Jordan was used mainly for this comfort scene that we'll find later out, but that Jordan was planned by Robin. But if you think about this, she wasn't built up throughout the book that way. Yeah, one or two scenes here and there, but most of the times Jordan wasn't in view. So then the 15 or 14 chapters we played so far, I think what they did right now, because Sam was did have a hesitation throughout the book one. So if they could have done what they did now at the end of book one, like sort of extended it more by 3 or 4 more chapters, and that would have made sense. Because bringing Jordan and creating this, I don't think how much successful is that, but that kind of felt unnecessary. But that's to me. And then also how the things went with the breakup and stuff. I think Sam was having this crisis, like whether to go out to public or not with our main character throughout the course of book one. And when the book two started, Sam sort of went back to the same place. But at the end of book one, Sam did say that Sam doesn't care about anything. So if this happened, like going out, in New York City and doing this kind of things with a reporter, at the end of book one, it would have made sense. Because the book two, to me, it's just like if you take chapter 16 and you sort of lift it and sort of attach it at the back of chapter one, then it's a complete book, just a single book. So that's just how I feel it, because a lot of incidents seem really not that much meaningful to me, and even Jordan's role is not quite clear. I mean, yep, like Jordan is not able to wreak havoc that way. It's kind of weird how things play. Not enough screen time for them, and there was like Sophia thing where she's a protagonist. I mean, antagonist, or is getting softer, or MC, like what kind of character, what side of her character the writers want to bring out. It's kind of really complicated, and the character development of Sam. I mean, what Sam did, she should have done that, or Sam, this should have done that. Sam should have done that. Definitely. I mean, I stress on this, like Sam definitely should have done that way earlier in the book. And even I think Sam almost didn't do it publicly, but committed to our main character at the end of book one. But book two started, Sam went back to the square one. That's kind of weird, quite, truth to be told. But that's about it. I think for me, I was unable to add it up altogether. But next up, we see we're going to Sam's penthouse, and then we meet with the boys. They don't want to go to school, and then here's a really nice diamond scene, and which I took the only diamond scene I took in this last chapter. We go to a park, like to play sort of hooky and stuff, they say, and we just have a nice day off with the boys and Sam, and we spend a quality time there. So we take the diamond scene, we go there, it's covered in ice, it's Monday morning, and it's just super awesome. So we will shoot basketball, and Sam will be doing that, and we can distract Sam, and we can buy sort of win presents for the boys, and they'll be super happy. We'll eat snacks with the boys, and they'll be telling all sorts of weird things that would make us laugh, and we'll be also saying like weird food names, and Sam will be saying, how do you keep up with the boys' weird food names? And then we'll be riding the Ferris wheel, and that was like we'll be sitting beside Sam, and the boys will also be having a lot of fun in the Ferris wheel. So that was really interesting, and I think that moment, that particular diamond scene, I mean, after the incidents of book one, the marriage, the breakup there with Sophia, and like how we saw the marriage from the Mickey or Mason's point of view, I mean, after that, this scene was way needed, because this is how we felt really like a real family. Like, we're not just a nanny, but we're like an equivalent, like the mother nature that we have shown throughout the book one to Mickey and Mason. It was kind of missing throughout the book two. It has mostly been kind of on and off, on and off, on and off. But finally, in this chapter, I think we got to show our mother nature. We came out as a family. We spent a really nice time in this diamond scene. Though I still think we should have gotten in the Ferris wheel together with Mickey and Mason to have some like more fun and get some more dialogues out of them. That would have been super awesome. But still, this diamond scene is like it's what like close to a family feels like. And then we go to office, the HR meeting, because we were going to come out to everyone with our relationship, and we will also tell them that we got the job on our own. Sam didn't help us. Sam didn't even know that we're going to work here, and then everything was fine. Then Robin walks out and says like she's really sad for us, and she's so sorry that happened, but she's so glad that this is a great office romance. And then she says something that Well, Robin didn't know why our main character didn't feel enough for Sam, but Robin also goes on to say that main character has always been enough for Sam, and Robin is glad that finally our main character is feeling up to it. And there we go. There it ends. Also, a realization hit us that those words, feeling enough or not, I mean, the mistress thingy, Robin said that, but feeling enough or not, nobody knows about it. Only our main character confessed that to Jordan when Jordan came to comfort us after our breakup in our apartment. So that is the moment of realization when we realize that Jordan is working with Robin. So that's it. That's where the chapter ends. And now, where do they want to go? I think there's going to be 20 chapters in this book, and I don't know if this is going to have a book 3 or not. But I don't think it's going to have a book 3. I mean, I think book 2 is the end, but I wouldn't be surprised depending on how many people spend their diamonds on this book to have the scenes with Sam. So it's definitely money maker for Pixelberry Choices. So I wouldn't be surprised if they give it a book 3. But anyway, point is, there it is. I mean, definitely this book and Sam also, like when she took us to the, like, not because of the Rockefeller Center tree thing like she did for our main character, but the words she said. It's almost like what Ina said, or Ian, our professor of Queen Bee, about sneaking away from prying eyes and hooking up. Like, that's not the all. Like, she doesn't. The professor doesn't want to do that, but the professor wants all of us, like in every moment, the small moments to big moments. It's not just about, sneaking out and sneaking off and just being sneaky and hooking up. So Sam really confessed that and said that, and I really liked about that. I think it took so long, and I think there was a development problem with that. I personally felt they had, and like I said, this feels like, after reading chapter 6 and 8, somewhat feels like, all these characters, Robin, Sophia, Sam, Jordan, they're really trivial, and even if you eliminated them with one or two things, anyone could have caused that. Could hold a breakup and then getting back together. That was like really happened at a snap of a finger. So anyway, that's about that. I still feel like this should have been at the end of book 1, and it could have been a big, like, 27 chapters book 1, and like a good ending there. Like, this chapter should have been there. But anyway, that's how I felt about it. But this chapter was interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens next and to spend more time with the boys. And if there's a finale with Christmas or New Year, then I'm all up for it. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about this. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.